My dad is a man-child who likes Diary of a Wimpy Kid so much that he forces me to read it with him whenever a new book comes out. After what I had just experienced, I don't know if I want to read a Diary of a Wimpy Kid book ever again. I was walking down the street one day when I saw a Diary of a Wimpy Kid book I had never seen before. It was black and read, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Game Over. It had a picture of Greg in tears holding a gun to his head with a noose in the background on it. It listed Jeff Kinney as the author as usual, so I just assumed this was a new release, with a bit of a darker spin to it. I picked it up and took it to my dad's house, yet he wasn't home, so I went to my room. I couldn't tell at the moment, but something about it didn't seem quite right, so I opened it up and read it by myself. It was a typical Wimpy Kid style drawing and text, allegedly by Jeff Kinney, but something was very different from those other books in the series. Greg swore heavily in this one, as opposed to the profanity-free earlier books. I don't remember every single word in the book, but I can give a bit of a synopsis of it. It was mainly Greg telling people how much he hated his life, how only bad things happened to him, and his desire to commit suicide. He starts taking drugs and drinking alcohol. As this goes on, the text and drawings get cruder and more low quality, as Greg is under the influence of drugs while writing and drawing in his diary. In the final day of the diary, it's practically illegible and crude, with crude writing, distorted drawings, and such. Greg then finds a gun that belongs to his brother Roderick. He calls up Rowley to come over, telling him that he has a quote-unquote surprise for him. Rowley arrives at Greg's house excitedly, and a drugged up and crazed Greg takes Riley up to his room and blindfolds him. Greg put the gun into Rowley's mouth and shoots. Rowley dies immediately. Greg, in tears, points the gun to his own head and apparently kills himself. Real blood is visible on the last page as Greg has used, not to mention the next two. Greg only used a third of the book. Why had there been so many pages that had been wasted in this book? I felt disturbed and rather queasy, like I could throw up. In fact, I did briefly. I never believed in Diary of a Wimpy Kid series would end with Greg committing suicide, well, specifically a murder-suicide with Rowley. I threw the book out of the window in my dad's room into the streets in front of cars, where it hopefully got ran over and destroyed. But I can't be sure. After it had scarred me for life, I didn't want anybody else to find it and have the same reaction I did. No decent person should ever have to read that horrible, scarring book. And that, my little shadows, was Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Game Over. A Diary of a Wimpy Kid creepypasta. My final thoughts on the story? Well, before I actually get into this review, holy heck, you guys, has it been some time since I last did the story. I mean, how long has it been? Probably since I first started doing this Creepypasta channel. I actually did this one Creepypasta story, and just never went back to it again. But I guess now is better than anything, because at least I get to review it and, critique it and everything. Because this story has at least 2 extra sequels to it, so this is going to be a fun little review time and everything. But yeah, getting back to the Creepypastas in general, I actually found this one to be really, really, really boring, cliched, and never understood why I even remotely read this one to begin with. I mean, I think I know why. Because it was an old childhood creepypasta that I remember, that I used to read a lot. And I guess this is one of those kind of deals because, well, to be honest with you, yeah, it definitely did not age well. I don't know why or how I actually liked this when I was younger, but, I mean, I did. I mean, I hate it now. I think it's absolute garbage. It was a bleh kind of story. But honestly, you guys, the stories only continue to get worse and worse. But that's what I'm here for, to tear these stories a brand new one. Because I hate these things so freaking much. In more ways than one. But now let's get to the actual review. What about the story did I find good? Well, other than the fact of the matter that this was an old childhood creepypasta I used to read when I was younger, There's nothing else redeemable about this story. It's about as cliched as a lost episode creepypasta comes whenever it deals with it. Finding something on the street, blood and gore, unnecessary swearing, violence, all that other crap. It's literally a lost episode creepypasta, but portrayed on a book. Which is really disappointing because somebody could have made something really damn good with this. I mean, come on, a darker version of Diary of a Wimpy Kid? That would have been awesome, to be honest. And that actually would have been good creepypasta material, but of course, like the lazy sons of guns out there in the world today, well, actually, I don't even know if I really could call it lazy. Maybe this was like this was a very old creepypasta, but it still could have been a lot better. What did I not like about this creepypasta? Well, to be completely and utterly frank here, much of this story really didn't exactly work out too well, like in any form or in any way. God, this story, it kills me. It kills me in a lot of ways. Yeah. Not a good story to be just not good. I mean, obviously you all know why it's bad. I mean, what would I have honestly done to improve this? Well, for one, scrap the entire idea entirely and rewrite the whole thing. I mean, come on. There's a lot of potential when it comes to these kind of stories, but unfortunately it doesn't seem that people want to take that initiative. But you know what? Even with that, out of the entire 3-part creepypasta this has, this one's actually the best one out of all of them. It only continues to get worse, people. I guarantee you all of that. So, honestly, prepare yourselves mentally and physically, because I can guarantee you're going to be sick after listening to the next one. So, yeah. But always, this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with it, that's fine too. I mean, yeah. If you disagree, that's fine. So, final rating, 0 out of 10. Nothing good about this story other than it being a childhood, memory, but that's about it. What did you guys think about this creepypasta? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Which is probably what exactly it is. What would you have done to make that story better? And let me know everything down in the comment section below. I'm the Shadow Reader. Thanks again for watching today's episode. And like always, roll the outro, Otterton, because I'm out. In fear and surprise as your eyes widen, your mouth goes dry with each battered breath. You try to scream, your mind begs to leave, glued to your computer screen. The killers they slash, the tapes burn and crash. The cartridge you bought will be your final haunt. The rituals of hate will seal your fate. The tears you shed will be from the fear-gripping horde-driven nightmarish gore-filled, terrorizing, hateful, burning, violent, rage-inducing, knife-slashing, blood-splattering, silent screams. Only time will tell if you will escape this online hell. Your horror-filled obsessions will come with its own regressions. Your pathetic screams will not be heeded in any way, because your nightmares will come at any day.